Dim light barely penetrates the chaotic apartment, casting long shadows across scattered files and crumpled maps. Mark sits hunched over a keyboard, the screen's glow reflecting in his hollow eyes. Images of May adorn the walls, silent witnesses to his unending grief. Years of relentless searching have transformed the apartment into a command center of despair. The eerie glow of the computer screen highlights the obsessive nature of Mark's search. In the dim light, the apartment is a poignant reminder of Mark's grief-stricken existence. Sunlight bathes a cozy coffee shop as Mark and May share laughter over steaming cups. May's eyes sparkle, hinting at hidden depths as they discuss true crime. Mark gazes at May, completely captivated by her passion for dark mysteries. Mark leans forward, drawn in by her tales of criminal investigations. "I love how you dig into these old cases like a detective in your own right," Mark confesses, his admiration clear. May smiles, a hint of darkness dancing in her eyes as she acknowledges Mark's compliment. In the dim glow of the screen, Mark's eyes are glued to a grainy image, his focus intense. The image reveals a woman in a red hoodie at a gas station, eerily resembling May. A chilling detail emerges. A hardness in her demeanor sets her apart from May. Driven by a growing unease, Mark zooms in, the image expanding to fill the screen. The screen illuminates his face, highlighting the mounting tension in his eyes. His breath quickens, each gasp echoing the growing dread that grips him. Mark arrives at the gas station, a storm of anxiety brewing behind his weary eyes. He approaches the attendant, a photo clutched tightly in his trembling hand, knuckles bone white. His voice, barely a whisper, cuts through the hum of the gas station. "Have you seen this woman?" The attendant's gaze sharpens with recognition. I think so." He recalls a detail, a subtle shift in demeanor. Seemed a little on edge. Inside the bank, Mark stands hunched over the ATM logs, his brow furrowed in concentration. He pulls over each transaction, meticulously tracking the serial numbers on the bills. The evidence mounts, each piece aligning perfectly, forming an irrefutable picture. The weight of the evidence is clear. It all points to May. A flicker of hope begins to resurface within him, battling against a wave of disbelief. Mark leans in, the possibility of truth dawning in his eyes. Mark arrives home, his weariness evident, yet his resolve remains unshaken. He stops abruptly, his eyes widening in disbelief. May sits calmly in the kitchen, sipping coffee, as if time has stood still. The stark contrast between Mark's disarray and May's serenity creates a palpable tension. May raises her head, a gentle smile softening her features under the kitchen's fluorescent lights. The light catches her eyes, revealing a glint of warmth and familiar affection. Mark stands motionless, his face a canvas of shock and disbelief. He struggles to articulate a response, his mind racing to grasp the unfolding revelation. With a knowing glance, May delivers her gentle observation. "You were always the best at puzzles." Mark stands paralyzed, his face a mask of shock and utter disbelief. He gestures frantically, his hands flailing as he struggles to voice the impossible. Across the kitchen, May sits serenely, untouched by time, a warm mug cradled in her hands. Mark's voice trembles as he cries out, "May? But how? Where have you been?" May's calm voice cuts through his confusion. "That's not important right now." Mark reaches out, a hopeful embrace in mind, but May subtly evades his touch. A palpable chill fills the living room, a stark contrast to Mark's memories. His eyes dart around, catching unsettling anomalies in the familiar setting. A book lies askew on the coffee table, its placement hinting at a disruption. A picture hangs crookedly on the wall, a subtle yet jarring imperfection. In the dimly lit living room, shadows dance as Mark's tense figure dominates the space. May remains seated on the sofa, her face an enigmatic mask in the soft light. Mark's voice breaks the silence. "I need to know what happened. Where were you all this time?" May remains silent, her unreadable expression deepening the mystery. In the kitchen, May smiles, a chilling expression that sends a shiver down Mark's spine. May's smile does not waver, her eyes betraying nothing but a cold amusement. The kitchen is filled with an unsettling stillness, broken only by the sound of their breathing. Her voice sharpens, cutting through the silence as she declares, "But you were wrong. I wasn't the victim." The air thickens with unspoken tension, the kitchen now a battleground of secrets and lies. Mark stares, his face a mask of disbelief as May's words hang heavy in the air. In the quiet kitchen, May's hand moves deliberately toward her coat. The coffee cup trembles slightly in her hand. May looks up, her gaze hardening. You were the experiment. The weight of her words hangs heavy in the air. The apartment flickers into view, a controlled environment where every detail is observed. May meticulously gathers data, her eyes never leaving Mark. She whispers into a hidden microphone, her voice a soft hum in the sterile air. Mark reacts, unaware of the scrutiny, his expressions unknowingly catalogued. The controlled environment becomes clear. Every action, every reaction, part of May's meticulous collection. In the kitchen, Mark reels backward, his face twisting in horror as the truth crashes down around him. Years of searching, the ache of grief, the consuming obsessional shatter into a lie before his eyes. His breath catches, a silent scream trapped in his throat as disbelief floods his senses. With a voice barely a whisper, Mark demands, What have you done?" In the sterile kitchen, May's actions are deliberate as she prepares the syringe, its chamber filled with a shimmering, clear liquid. May's voice cuts through the silence. The experiment is complete. A moment of tense anticipation hangs in the air as May prepares for the final step. With a determined gaze, May declares, "And now, the final phase." The camera glides through the silent apartment, now stripped bare. The remnants of maps and files are gone, leaving no trace of the intense research that once filled the space. Even the computer screens are dark now, their glow extinguished. Only a subtle hint of May's perfume remains, a ghostly reminder of Mark's all-consuming experiment.